All right. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to the 3 yogic secrets to ensure you thrive in a year of tumultuous change. We've got a full house here, and I'm so excited to share this amazing, life changing content with you. If you practice yoga, physical yoga, you're going to love the inner pieces of yoga that you'll get from this presentation. So, time flies. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know what it is, but as the older I get, I feel like the time goes faster and faster, and we are in one of the most turbulent and unpredictable times in recent history. There's a lot of commotion happening, and it is really a great time to revisit your larger purpose, your vision of where you are headed in life. There are certain times where it's really good to just zoom out, and I feel this is really one of those times. So let me ask you a personal question. Where do you feel you are in this sea of change? Where are you? This is a very potent question I've asked myself this year, ever since the year started, and it's been taking me on some amazing journey, giving me a lot of insights. And so before we get started, I want to just position this presentation for you and let you know who this is for. This is for you if you know you're supposed to be living a much bigger life than you are currently now. This is for you if you want to understand the deeper and subtler dimensions of yoga. Yes, this is for you. This is for you also if you want to accelerate your journey to your dreams. Welcome. You're in the right place. And this is for you if you are uncertain how to make the big leap from where you are now to living your true passion on a daily basis. So welcome. So you might be wondering, what's yoga got to do with this? And I'll let you know. So yoga is an eminently practical philosophy. Yoga is not for armchair yogis. It's all about aligned action in the service of your evolution as a human being. Now that is big. Yoga is about really the reason why you're here on this planet as a human being. So we gotta all pay attention here. If you're breathing, if you got a pulse, pay attention. So today we're going to cover secrets from the yoga masters to ensure your cherished goals and dreams are definitely achieved this year. Because so many people set quote-unquote resolutions, and then studies show that by January 15th, or definitely by the third week of January, we've just dropped that quote-unquote resolution. And that means it wasn't truly resolved within you. And the reason I'm excited to share this with you is because knowledge handed down from the yoga masters, who are enlightened beings, it's really true time-tested knowledge based on universal principles. So welcome, we're going to dive into that. And the second thing I want to share with you is the very important piece of how to awaken your inner visionary and open your container to receive and to give more. Because all of us on this planet, our Earth, are endowed with unique gifts. And many of us, though, are living with very limited beliefs. And so therefore, even though we have a lot to offer, we really limit ourselves. And so it's, as yoga practitioners, we can use that special energy that we tap into yoga to awaken that inner visionary and to truly consciously open our container. Let this be the year where you make that quantum leap and open your container to receive and to give more in whatever field of life you are working in. And the third thing I want to share with you is also the very important piece of how the knowledge of Ayurveda can transform the way you approach your goals. Now, most goal-setting programs, they're very linear, and it's all about just doing it and checking off the list. But it doesn't really talk about how you should be, how your day-to-day should be, and not touching the pieces of diet and maintaining your wellness, I think is a big mistake, because when we're really passionate about the goals, it's very easy to lose sight of how we're doing with our daily wellness routine. And I believe when we get to our goal, we want to get there feeling vibrant with great health. And, unless we have health, nothing is really worth it, because we won't be able to enjoy the place we reach. So we're going to be touching on the ancient science of Ayurveda, which is a sister science of yoga, and I'll be telling you more about it towards the end. So I'll also be showing you how to go deeper into these life-changing processes and create a lasting transformation in your life. That's really what I must stand for, a lasting transformation in your life. And I'm also stand for having a lot of fun while getting there. And I'm going to be laying out a step-by-step plan for you for how to take you from here, from your envisioning place right here, to the place you want to go, to the dream, the goal, the vision you want to achieve, so that you're spending your each precious day moving towards your most cherished dreams. Let's face it, time is the most precious commodity we all have. Time is the great equalizer, and the more we can learn to leverage and maximize how we use each and every single day, the more alive we are and the happier we are, even as we make our journey towards our goal. So I believe goal is not just to be achieved. We should be really enjoying the ride towards our visions, our dreams. And so my promise to you is that you'll leave this presentation with a strategy based on yogic time-tested teachings to live by design, not by default, and take you from where you are to where you want to be. And you're going to want to stay to the end, because I'll be giving away a valuable 50-minute instructional yoga video that's designed to boost your motivation and pursue your dreams. I've been practicing yoga every single day since 1991, and I can tell you it is the most transformative, powerful medicine and a booster that you could ever have in your life. And this 50-minute video has so much in it, it really maximizes your time in practice. So if you want to move forward in your practice, having this in your library will really be an asset. So I want to ask you, does this sound like you not being clear about which dream you should pursue, and would love to feel more confident that you are headed in the right direction? Or do you feel frustrated with your lack of progress and struggle with procrastination, worry, and fear? Or do you find it difficult to maintain inner balance in the face of pursuing your big dream? If you answered yes to any of these questions, this presentation is for you. And you might be feeling lack of clarity when I say vision or dream. That lack of clarity might be keeping you stuck. Or you've been pursuing your goals aggressively day by day, but you have a hard time finding peace and balance and just daily quality of life to maintain a sense of well-being in your day-to-day life. So I want to take a brief pause here to share with you a little bit about myself. My name is Mariko Hirakawa, and I run a 6-figure wellness company here in New York City. And I am a former professional ballet dancer, and I'm one of the few in the West to complete the 5.5-year BAMS Ayurvedic medical degree in India. And that was a huge journey and a huge risk I took in my life to go live in India for almost 7 years, really, studying yoga and Ayurveda. And what I can tell you is that dance, the thing that I embraced ever since my childhood into my early 20s, it taught me that this body is a medium of expression for the soul. I still love dance with all my heart. But what I found was that in that world, as I was training to become a professional ballet dancer, unfortunately there was this pervasive, I would say, mental disease of young dancers plagued with issues of body image and eating disorders and self-esteem issues, and that was really, really hard for me. So the dance taught me so much about self-discipline and expressing oneself from the soul. But I also had to work hard at overcoming these issues of body image, self-esteem, and I almost had an eating disorder. And when I discovered in the 1990s, I was injured from a dance performance, and I was having a hard time going to dance classes. And one day I couldn't take it anymore, and instead of going to the ballet class I was supposed to go in that morning, I turned the corner and I didn't know where I was really going, but I discovered a yoga studio that I had never seen before, and I was really curious about yoga. And I thought, I really can't handle like looking at myself in the mirror and doing bar exercises today, but this thing I'll try. And so when I went in there and took my first yoga class ever, I remember this feeling of being in Shavasana and experiencing my body, not just this muscles and flesh and bones that I thought my body was, but I experienced my body as a body of light. And that yoga center happened to be operated by disciples or by students of a great meditation master. And I was invited by the directors of the yoga school to go upstate and meet my meditation master, and that led me on a whole quest. And so I was really fortunate to discover my physical yoga and meet my spiritual master at almost the same time. That was an incredible experience. I remember my very first meeting with her. She almost glided right up to my face within hours of arriving at her ashram, and she looked at my eyes, stood there with great compassion, and in her very melodious low voice said, "So you've just arrived?" And I don't know what happened, but I just burst. And it was the power of presence that she carried with her was incredible. It was like she was not much taller than I was, but I'm about 5'2". But I felt like she was a Himalayan mountain of silence. And from that day on, my life changed. And I discovered that yoga is not just about stretching or breathing or stress reduction. It is truly nothing short of an inner revolution. And I say this with great conviction from the many, many years of just walking this path of being guided by a spiritual master and practicing physical yoga. So what happened was I decided to embrace yoga full-time as an instructor. And in my third or fourth year, I started to get many clients who were terminally ill with cancer, with Alzheimer's, with Parkinson's, and it was really a very heavy burden for me. And I wanted to do everything in my power to be able to help them. It really ignited a fire in me, and I went on a quest for a healing modality that would help me help my clients. So I went out and studied shiatsu, I went and studied Reiki, I studied about aromatherapy, I studied many, many different modalities. Chinese medicine, I went to school 2 years for. I studied the herbs, I studied acupuncture. But when I found Ayurveda, I truly felt I found a modality that spoke the same language, that fit seamlessly with yoga as a healing system, and I was able to bring it to my clients. And so that discovery of Ayurveda led me to actually pursue studies in India. And in 2003, I won a fellowship to study Ayurveda and yoga full-time in one of the top universities in India as a fellowship scholar. And for 5.5 years, I lived in India and studied Ayurvedic medicine as Indian doctors would. And it truly opened my eyes to the truth that yoga and Ayurveda are essentially tools for accelerating our evolution as spiritual beings. So here I am. This is in India, in Gujarat. I'm in the OPD or outpatient clinic, sitting with one of the patients, and they all come from various economical backgrounds, mostly poor, but it was a great privilege to work in this Ayurvedic hospital, which is really run like a primary healthcare center, and we get people from all over India of all economical status, and it was an amazing learning experience for me about just serving humanity through this science. And so in 2017, where we are, yoga has become mainstream in the West. However, here's what I feel is that we're still at the tip of the iceberg. Now, when we say yoga, we immediately think of stretching and all those yoga poses. And that still indicates to me that we in the West still haven't understood what yoga truly has to offer. I want to tell you about this amazing guru in the 1890s called Lahiri Mahashaya. He is the great guru of Paramahansa Yogananda, whom you may have heard, who wrote the book Autobiography of a Yogi. And he predicted more than 100 years ago that about 50 years after my passing, an account of my life will be written because of a deep interest in yoga that will arise in the West. And the message of yoga will encircle the globe. It will aid in establishing the brotherhood of man, a unity based on humanity's direct perception of the one Father. I get goosebumps when I read this and hear this, that he predicted this in the 1890s. And it was written in the famous book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, by none other than Paramahansa Yogananda. And it's an amazing book. If you've never picked it up, it's a must-have in your yoga library. My point is, we still have a long ways to go. And the world today could really use that profound, deeper dimension of yoga. And that's one of the reasons I'm holding this presentation for you today. So, my question for you is, are we ready for the next big step in our evolution? I hope it's a yes. So today I want to share with you what I share with my students and clients every single day, and that is how to systematically apply the inner teachings of yoga to design a life you love. And I love this photo, which was taken in my retreat in Mexico in Riviera Maya, and we truly had an amazing time doing yoga and really studying these teachings and creating a plan for life using yogic principles. So we're going to dive into the yogic principles and a step-by-step system that will propel you to true success. And we're talking about success with as much emphasis on inner fulfillment as much as outer achievement, because truly dynamic and sustainable balance is so important. We want to be able to enjoy where we reach and enjoy the process of reaching there, don't we? So when you get this piece, when you're able to apply the inner teachings of yoga to create a life you love, you'll truly love being in this body. You'll appreciate your body in a whole new way. And number two, you will always be moving towards your dreams with absolute crystal clarity of purpose. And that will save you days and perhaps years of, taking detours. You're going to be on the highway to realizing your dream every single day. And you're going to be living in amazing abundance, not just material wealth, but abundance of relationships, abundance of happiness, abundance of spiritual wisdom, and true quality of life. Because that's truly, to me, the definition of success. And the things you'll never have to do again are no more getting lost in the sea of distractions. We are in one of the most dramatic times of distraction. There are gazillion things. As soon as you wake up and you turn on that phone, distraction is right there. So it's so important to have that crystal clarity to keep you from getting distracted and being taken off course. And you'll not have to choose between your wellness or success, because they're going to be integrated into one path for you. And no more letting the past or the limiting patterns of the old paradigm dictate your actions. Now, this is a big one, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about this, but living from possibility and not from the limiting patterns of what has been or even what is now is going to be your new paradigm. So, I want to ask you, answer this as honestly as you can. Are you crystal clear on your big picture vision and making progress every single day towards a life you love right now? Are you crystal clear on your big picture vision? When you close your eyes, can you see it, feel it, taste it, where you're going to be, where you want to be? Because it should be, if you're going to realize it. That's what it takes. And that's where I want to get you to through this webinar. So we should have a destination very clearly defined, and we're going to be making progress every single day towards that destination. And I'll help you craft that plan. So here's the yogic principle number 1. Ready? This is also an action step. So notice, yoga is very practical, so a principle is not just theory, it is an action step. So the step is create shunya, which in Sanskrit means the void. You might be going, huh? I'll explain, don't worry. So what happens is most people, start out the new year and they have all these things they want to do. They're so optimistic about the new year and they say, oh, I want to do this. I want to have this happen. And what they're doing is really layering more things on top of already a very crowded life. And they don't look at what is now and the past and really sift through it and see what they need to let go of. This is the hard truth. You need to let go of some things in order to make space for your dream, for your vision. And so what things are you ready to let go of from your schedule that's taking up a lot of time and energy, from your life that's sucking positive energy? There may be even, people who are draining energy that you don't need to be hanging around. There may be obligations that you've been doing just out of obligation. There may be physical possessions that are taking up a lot of physical space in your living area, really holding dead space in your apartment or in your house. And so we've got to really look at those things and consciously, with great courage, let go of the things that are no longer serving you. So that's lesson number 1. And it may mean really making some tough decisions. I know that for me to be able to accept that 5.5-year full-time fellowship with stipend to live in India, I had to let go of my entire known life living in New York City. At the time, I had a full practice with private students and with ongoing regular classes. My schedule was so full, and in accepting that, in realizing that dream of studying yoga and Ayurveda in India full time, I had to let go of everything. But I realized that I truly want to deepen my knowledge. I was a true seeker, and so I faced it. I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to invest the time and the energy it takes and the life it takes, to the commitment it takes to live this dream. And let me tell you, I never regret it to this day. It was the most life-changing decision I made, and now I'm empowered with this confidence that, I made that huge decision. All other decisions seem so small in comparison. So you may need to really look at your life, face your life, and make some tough decisions about what you need to cut out of your life to make space for that big picture vision. That's what dreams and visions require of us. It requires our life, our full commitment. And Yes, the word decide has the same root as the word homicide or suicide. I know it's a morbid topic, but the side in decide literally means to kill all other options except what you choose. So you have to be strong. You have to be a warrior here. And that's why we do all those warrior poses in yoga, isn't it? So that we have that strength and courage to say, I want this, and all other options I'm ready to live without. It can be scary, no doubt about it, but that discomfort is fuel for your soul, my dear. It is really living in comfort zone is death for a person who wants to grow. We must get used to living out of the comfort zone and consistently be expanding ourselves. And that inner struggle is so worth engaging in. Just like this plant here, there are two forces in life. One is the force of your soul saying, grow, go to the next level, reach out, expand. The other is the force of fear saying, what happens? What's going to happen? And, the old is at least I know what it's going to be. And so most people stay in that, because of that fear, in their comfort zone, in the realm of the known, and never experience what's on the other side. So let's face it. Let's look at your life right now. Where do you want to go in your life? What would you love to create? Ask yourself right now. Ask your heart. And now ask yourself, what are you currently holding on to that's taking up the space in your life that's literally blocking the flow? You see, you cannot scale your heights with your hands full. Just like this rock climber here, she has to hold on to that steep cliff with both her hands, and her hands have to be open to scale the cliff. And let me tell you, when you say yes to your dream, it is that steep cliff. It's an quantum leap you're trying to make. So you got to have your hands open, and you can't be holding on to the old while trying to push it to the next level. It doesn't work. Because there are always things you must let go of in order to achieve your most cherished goals and dreams. And in a lot of the things that you have to let go of are often valuable things in their own right. And it just may be that you are at a point where you're ready to let go of, but it still feels really scary. So it's really important now to test your vision before you go headlong into its pursuit. So testing your vision is the next step. And I'll give you a 5-point, very important checklist for making sure that your dream is worth the life, the energy, and the time that's going to take to pursue it. Wouldn't you want to know that before you head out, that this dream, this thing is definitely worth it, and that so you can put your 100% and more into it? Here's the time-tested 5-point checklist to make sure your dream is worth your time, effort, and your life. Number 1 is, does my vision make me come alive? That is so important. I often define yoga as a meditation on that which makes you come alive. So does your vision make you come alive when you think of it? If you're feeling a heaviness when you think of your vision, it may not be the right dream for you. It should make you feel exhilarated, okay? Number 2 is, does the vision honor your core values? Now, this is such an important one. A lot of people try to, when they say they can, dream up anything they want, they go out into the fantasy realm and then come up with this, crazy idea. But then when they bring it to their heart and really ask if it resonates with their core values, it rings hollow. So it is so important that your vision truly is in alignment with your core values. Otherwise, you're not going to feel fulfilled and aligned as a person as you walk towards it and when you reach there. Even if you achieve that goal, it's going to ring hollow for you. So make sure you are in touch with your core values and that you honor it each and every step of the way. Number 3 is, does the vision require that I stretch myself? Now, of course, the pun here is intended, but the vision and the dream, it should expand you. It should make you grow, because I'll tell you a little secret. It's not just about making the dream come true that matters. It's also who you become in the process that actually matters even more. So ask yourself, when you think of achieving this vision, realizing this dream, does it require that I stretch myself mentally, emotionally, physically? If it doesn't, it's probably not big enough. Number 4 is, when you envision that dream being realized, will it benefit the greater whole in some way? Some of you may be having the dream of having a soulmate, and you might say, well, how does it benefit the greater whole? Well, I will tell you that when I'm around a couple who are truly soulmates, who are truly meant to be together, who love each other, who honor each other, that positive energy coming from that partnership, from that union, is so inspiring. And oftentimes that partnership fuels something that brings into the world something that would never have been without if they never met. So I tell you, don't think about that it has to be, you have to be Mother Teresa or some, big charitable figure to benefit the greater whole. Realizing your personal dreams can benefit the whole. So think about how your dream would benefit this world we live in. And number 5 is, does the vision require that you connect with a higher power in order to achieve it? And the reason this question is in the 5-point checklist is that there is a difference between really goals and dreams. Goals are, you pretty much know what you have to do each and every step of the way to reach it. There is a kind of a logical path. But a dream, a vision, is often so large that the logical mind is not enough. And so you have to really tap into that higher power, that source power, in order to achieve it. So I really encourage you to have a vision big enough to really think big, expand your container, and challenge yourself to think bigger, to dream bigger. So now, once you've picked your dream and tested it for worthiness, you must summon these 2 powers represented by this one word. So we're about to go into the 3rd step of manifesting your vision and your dream. Are you ready? That word is sankalpa. It's another Sanskrit word, and I love it because Sanskrit words have a much deeper meaning than sankalpa is used. Oftentimes the word intention is used as its place, but really sankalpa is much more than that. Sankalpa means, in the yogic sense, intention plus integrity. In other words, intention plus follow through. Yes, so it's not just that quote-unquote resolution we make at the beginning of the year and drop it at day 15 or the 3rd week of January. No, integrity, that you are really, really put a stake in the ground and you're able to be in alignment, that your molecules align with your intention. So sankalpa literally means your molecules, your organs are literally aligned with what you've set out to achieve. It's got to be on that level, and that you are congruent in a powerful way. All your wheels moving in the same direction. That's sankalpa. So intention is the compass, and it is the energy that steers the course of your days, weeks, month, and your life. So intention points the way. And intention is about steering and course correcting, really directing your life. It's like a GPS system. And intention is worth examining too. It has actually 2 aspects. Intention is about how you want to be, what you want to embody as you take action. And the second is the outcome of what you want to create. So one is the being and the other is the doing. So let's take out a piece of paper right now and think about it. How do you want to be as I engage in this process of moving towards my dreams, as I go for my dreams, what qualities do I want to embody? That's number one. Think of a word, actually think of like 10 words, and then distill it down to three. Three things we can remember. So come up with 3 words, adjectives, qualitative words that really tells you how you want to be as you walk this path. And number 2, what do you want to create? What is that dream? What is that vision that you want to create in your life through this work? So take a few moments to write this down, because I am a big believer in journaling and writing things down. Studies have shown that people who write down their goals, dreams, and intentions consistently have an exponentially larger chance of that happening for them. And the reason for that is when you write it down, your right brain and your left hemisphere of the brain, they are working together, and you're using more of your brain, and so therefore you are aligning yourself with your goal actively. So take a few moments to write down how you want to be as you reach your goal and what you want to create. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. So, we talked about Sankalpa having 2 pieces. One is intention, and the other piece is integrity. Integrity means being whole, intact, and complete. And it's really not enough to set good enough intentions, because I think we've all experienced people trying to help us with good intentions, quote unquote, and actually they ended up causing more harm. So the road to hell can be paved with good intentions, and so good intentions is not good enough. With intention alone, you can really wander aimlessly. There's not this anchor. But when you align integrity with intention, you're in the right relationship with your intention. Does it make sense? Integrity keeps you in the right relationship with your intention. It holds you to that path, and it doesn't allow you to deviate. So, I just want to check in with you. Have you written down your intentions in a place you can easily find? I really encourage you to look at your intentions on a regular basis every single day. So put it on your screensaver on your computer or on your phone. Put it on inside your wallet, wherever you have to look at frequently, on the fridge, on the mirror, on the bathroom mirror. It's a really great idea to write down your intentions so you remember it and you hold yourself to it. It'll keep you more in integrity with your intentions. So, because you are here with me, I'm assuming you must have heard some kind of an inner call. And to fully answer that call, you have to develop this muscle called integrity. This is also why we do the practice of yoga. When your intention and integrity are tied to a vision that comes from the realm of possibility, now that's when you begin your path to becoming a true visionary. I'll say that again. When your intention and integrity are tied to a vision that comes from the realm of possibility, not the realm of the past or what others say you should do or what is so right now, the current circumstances. But when that vision comes from the realm of possibility and you set your intention to get there and you hold yourself to it with integrity, that's when you begin your path to becoming a true visionary. And because most people create from the reality of what has been and the limitation of what is in their circumstances right now. But that's where visionaries are exceptional. Visionaries create from the possibility of what could be and really dares to believe in it. Think about any visionary you know. The Wright brothers, for example. I mean, it was a crazy idea for them to think that this piece of metal could fly in the air, that they could defy the laws of gravity and create this flying aircraft. And so many people ridicule them for it. If they had to rely on their past experiences or the present situation, the airplane that we just take for granted now would never have existed. And look at Steve Jobs. He was always thinking, what if, a great innovator and thinking always beyond where we are, not from the past. Yes, he may have mined the past for insights and hints, but his vision came from the future. So, on this planet Earth, most people are conditioned based, but you who have shown up here today and who've been blessed with knowing yoga, I'm assuming that you're here because you at least have had some contact with the practice of yoga, and that technique, that technology is such a blessing. It is here to help us transcend this conditioned-based thinking. It is powerful. People, it is not just about stretching or getting that perfect yoga butt. It's not just about getting more flexible. All of those things are the great benefits of yoga, yes, but the huge piece is that it helps you transcend condition-based thinking. So, it's time to apply the timeless inner teachings of yoga, the true inner technology of yoga into your life, and stretch your capacity for creating a life you love. Really, this is what I must stand for, and that's why I'm here with you today. Because most people don't allow themselves to think outside the realm of what has been or what is right now. They let all that stop them. And in this era of rapid, tumultuous change, we must learn to open our container so we can give more and receive more. And open to the possibility that there's so much in you and for you than you have ever known. It is beyond your imagination. And you've got to be the visionary that thinks from where you are going and not from where you have been. So many people get discouraged because they've tried going for it and failed, and tried going for it and failed. But really, think about Edison. How many attempts at the light bulb did he make? So, always strengthen your belief in your dreams and learn, yes, take the intel that the past gives you, but think from where you're going, not from where you've been. And you're on the path to cultivating greater trust in yourself. This is another reason I'm holding this presentation, is I want you to cultivate greater trust in yourself, greater confidence in yourself and your ability to realize your dream. I must stand for you to be able to make the leaps of faith that is required to manifest bigger and bigger dreams. I tell you, if I never went to India, if I didn't take that leap of faith, and it was a complete leap of faith on my part, they didn't have a fancy brochure from the university with pictures of where I would be living and what I would be studying and what my teachers would be like. No, I just got this fax that just said, you've been accepted for this fellowship. And I said, let me do it. And I did it. And I truly never have regretted it to this day. So I hope I'm getting you off to a great start. And I want to just do a quick recap because I know it's a lot of material and I've got a lot more to share with you. The first 3 steps that we've covered are, number 1, create the space for your vision. Shunya, create that void so that the dream can fill that void. You see, nature abhors a vacuum, right? So you've got to create the space to attract that dream to you. Number 2, set your sankalpa. I'm going to use that Sanskrit word because it encompasses both the important pieces of intention and integrity. And number 3 is to test your dream. Qualify your dream with the 5-point test I just gave you. Now, these 3 steps, these powerful steps, come from my 8-step Manifest with Yoga system, which has developed over the years, and it is a proven, timeless blueprint for getting your vision from your head and heart into concrete reality. It is so important. I'm a big believer in, you got to envision it. But then you've got to be that visionary, that practical visionary who can make it manifest in the physical realm. So, would you like to know the rest of the steps you need to take to realize your dreams this year? Because the first three steps really help you to get crystal clear on your vision. And the rest of the steps are really designed to take your vision from your head and heart into concrete manifest reality. So you ready? All right, I see a lot of yeses here, so I'm going to continue. So here they are. The steps for manifesting your dreams handed from the yoga masters. So these are time-tested steps. After you've tested your dream, which is step number 3, you must invoke and awaken your inner visionary self. And I have a very powerful process where I actually bring my clients face to face with their inner dreamer, with their inner visionary, and receive very important messages from that being living inside you. So invoke is the step after that. And once you receive that message, you must shift. This is where we make that paradigm shift, turning your doubts into your ally. Not only overcoming your doubts and fears, but turning them into your ally and having them serve you as to help them propel you towards your dream. And number 6, create your master plan. Now we start using the left brain as well to create your master plan. And we are giving ourselves enough space for the wild card element of grace and the universe to bring us what it wants to bring us, but we're also creating structure for ourselves. And then the other important piece is to enroll partners in believing. This is so important, to have people around you who are believers, who are not naysayers, because you'll definitely have naysayers when you start to step it up big and go for it. And in order to help you break out of your limitations, you need people cheering you on and believing you and holding that vision for you even when you doubt yourself. So number 7 is a really important step. And lastly, to install rituals for manifestation. Now, we all know the power of habits, and unless things are ritualized, unless we can take those steps that would take us to our goal into what we're doing today in a day-to-day basis and creating a life of balance on a daily basis, we're not going to be able to reach there in a state of wellness and balance and fulfillment. So those rituals for manifestation is so important. These rituals also include the rituals to get you into that frequency, that vibrational level that magnetizes your dream. So these 8 steps are such a powerful step ladder to take you from your dream in your head and in your heart to concrete reality. I know it may sound overwhelming to hear all of those steps at once, but I want you to just not worry about it, because I'm going to be sharing with you a very fun and really enjoyable way to take these steps in the most inspiring environment. I'm excited to share that with you later on. The truth is that taking these steps is going to require some major shifts, because you'll be living outside your comfort zone, no doubt about it. And this is where yoga and Ayurveda come in. Remember, this is the last point that I want to share with you is how Ayurveda and yoga fit into it. So you're probably aware of yoga's benefits. Now, I could only fit this much here, but there's literally thousands of benefits. But the big ones are, it improves your flexibility, it improves your posture, which really does a lot for your mood. It builds stronger bones, prevents cartilage and joint breakdowns. It drains your lymph and boosts immunity, giving you a lot of energy. It lowers your blood pressure. It regulates your adrenal glands, preventing adrenal fatigue, which is so rampant these days. I see it a lot in my Ayurvedic practice in New York City. So many people coming to me with adrenal fatigue. And it lowers your blood sugar. It balances the nervous system. Yes, yoga balances the parasympathetic nervous system and and the sympathetic nervous system. And this is so important to have this steadfastness and the right mindset at all times. And not a small thing, it helps you to sleep better. It's so important for longevity and good health. And those are just the physical benefits of yoga, but now combining them with these game-changing positive effects. So it enhances your ability to focus, right? It builds willpower. It puts you on the path to self-mastery. And that's what we're here to do. And it helps you to think outside the box. When you're doing all those stretches, you're also stretching your mental body and emotional body as well. And that's a really important thing. And as an entrepreneur these days, you need to think outside the box. In these changing times, you need to be able to think outside the box. That's a very important one. And no less important is it helps you to overcome your fears. If you're pushing yourself in your yoga practice, you may have attempted headstand, shoulder stand, inversions, arm balances, or even other poses, even just to step into the yoga studio. You may have to had overcome your fears. And that is such an important lesson yoga, physical yoga, teaches us. And yoga inspires you to be the very best you can be. It gives you more energy, and finally, it expands your perspective. These are truly game-changing aspects of yoga we don't really think about. But at least in the classes I teach, I truly highlight these life-changing dimensions of yoga. That's enough said, right? Imagine what would be possible if you practiced yoga every single day in this way, right? Highlighting those life-changing, expansive, evolutionary principles. And when you combine this 8-step system I just showed you, the Manifest with Yoga system, with yoga, it will literally rewire your brain to be able to achieve your dreams. It's going to make you the person, the visionary. It's going to be able to achieve your dreams, the practical visionary who can hold that vision and take grounded step after step, inspired action after action until your dreams are realized. But there is more. Now imagine having the wisdom and power of Ayurveda support you with a sense of balance, well-being, and a steady level of high energy to achieve your goals and dreams. And some of you may be sitting here thinking, what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is one of the most ancient and time-tested systems of medicine in the world. Ayurveda is often called the mother of all healing, and homeopathy had its source in Ayurveda, and many natural medicines has had its source in Ayurvedic medicine. And it is based on universal principles, and it's all about understanding yourself on a deeper level in order to create balance and healing in your life. And Ayurveda and yoga are sister sciences. They are systems that work synergistically to help you get to that place of next step in your evolutionary journey. It not only teaches you about the right diet for you, but it also which herbs, which activities, which people are, the right synergistic match for you, and which environment you thrive in. So Ayurveda has so much insights to give you about your day-to-day life and the choices you make. And the profound thing is, it is a science based on self-awareness. It's about knowing yourself on a deeper level. And it's also about learning to read the language of qualities found in nature. So when you start to look at the world through Ayurvedic lens, you're going to be able to read the energetics of your food and say, I know this is going to balance me and give me more energy, as opposed to clog me and make me feel heavy and lethargic. So that's a great skill to learn. Ayurveda's emphasis is on the qualitative factors. And so it's often called individualized medicine, because you're really looking at your food, the environment, the activities you do from the lens of, okay, This is what I know about the qualities I innately possess. Now, what's going to balance me? What actions are going to balance me? What food is going to balance me? What kind of a schedule is going to help me thrive in a long-term state of dynamic balance? And so Ayurveda is often called individualized medicine, and it's definitely not one-size-fits-all medicine. Like Western nutrition, I often find it changes so much. One day, for example, tomato is the mortal enemy of, it has so many bad things. And another day, later on, we find out that same tomato had amazing, chemicals that are so good for you. But nobody ever tells you who that tomato is good for. Is that true? So there's all these scientific information coming out about, oh, this plant or this herb has this biochemical magic bullet, and it's going to make your life all better. But the fact is that no one food or one herb is right for everybody. We have to know ourselves well enough, and we have to be equipped with the knowledge to know what foods are good for you and when. And that is not taught in the Western nutrition, in the Western approach. So Ayurveda gives you that knowledge that helps you to wisely select your day-to-day diet and your activities, your lifestyle. So you're going to learn to shift your response to stress as well, because you're going to learn what are your psychological tendencies, not just physical tendencies or physiological tendencies. And you're going to learn to catch yourself in your typical response to stress and be able to nip it in the bud. So Ayurveda teaches you how to sync yourself with nature's rhythms, really how to create a daily schedule, a daily ritual that shows you how to structure your day for maximum productivity and long-term health. That is so, so important. Once again, when to eat, when to take that yoga class, when to go to bed, when to, if you're a person that benefits from getting snacks, all these things, there is a when, an optimal time, and optimal what. So it's not just all about the what, it's also about the how and the when. Because, Western nutrition also focuses a lot on what foods, but it's also about the timing of it. And really syncing ourselves to nature's rhythm is going to be so helpful for your body to feel balanced. And eating the same foods at different times are going to produce different effects on both your physiology and your psychology. So knowing about the how and the when is just as important as the what to do, what to eat. So today, I hope I've opened your eyes and also opened the door of possibilities to thinking like a visionary. That was my intention for you. But truly, it just scratches the surface of all that I want to share with you. I've got so much content. I'm bursting out the seams, but I'm just trying to keep it to the pieces that would really create that opening for you. And I want to offer you a way to put a wedge in that door and keep that door open until your vision is realized. There's nothing else that gives me more joy than to support people on their journey towards what they're supposed to be doing on this planet. It really lights me up, and that's why I'm holding this amazing, one-of-a-kind event I am so excited to share with you. So, may I share it with you? Okay, thank you for that permission. So, the event is called the Visionary Yoga Retreat, Design a Life You Love with Yoga and Ayurveda. And it's going to be happening very soon, February 18th through 25th in beautiful Nosara, Costa Rica. Now, I've traveled all around Costa Rica, and Nosara is one of my favorite parts of Costa Rica. There's an amazing community of forward-minded, progressive, eco-friendly community there who embraces yoga as their life. And I want to invite you there. I want to invite you to join me. This is the President's Day weekend, so I think many of you will have at least part of that time already off anyway. So it's a great time to escape and go to beautiful and warm Costa Rica for some of the tropical weather there. And you can take a virtual tour of the retreat right now if you're excited to just check it out. The URL is Costa Rica Visionary Retreat.com. Again, that's Costa Rica Visionary Retreat.com. So you can start looking at what the event is all going to be about. There's a lot of visuals there, so it's like taking a virtual tour. And my intention for this retreat is that I want to help you put all these pieces together in an environment that's beautiful and relaxing. And this image right here is the actual venue I'll be holding the retreat at. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's this oasis in the midst of this lush jungle. And that's the very famous juice bar. Their juice bar has become quite famous in Costa Rica as one of the best. They also have amazing cappuccino and things like that if you like coffee, but also very healthy smoothies and drinks. And we're going to get to be there as we visualize our next big step in life. So in this retreat, we're going to be practicing yoga every single day and create your visionary plan for 2017. Now that would be enough to create a retreat, but you're also going to be learning and gaining practical knowledge of Ayurveda in a pretty, in-depth way, I might add. And it's all in this one amazing retreat. This is so much more than just your average yoga retreat where we just, sit on the beach and sip coconut water and practice yoga. We're going to be really crafting our vision and getting reignited about this year and really making productive use of this time while having amazing fun. So I'm so excited. And because you've been here, you've trusted me and invested your time with me, I want to offer you a special $200 off scholarship when you register for this retreat within the next 72 hours. Now, the retreat is coming up soon, so if you want to take, you're welcome to register and take your time in making that decision. But just to give you that little incentive, I want to give you the next 72 hours, that's 3 days, to think about it and give you a $200 discount on the full price if you register in the next 72 hours. And I want to give you this amazing bonus because as part of this, my appreciation for you for being with me today. And it is my brand new Ayurveda Basics course. So this course, I really poured my heart into, taking all the information I learned while living in India and serving in the Ayurvedic hospital and seeing all the Ayurvedic in practical action as a primary healthcare modality. And I put everything I feel the Western audience would benefit from about Ayurveda and put it into this course. It's a very actionable course. It also teaches you a little bit about the philosophy, but it's really a fascinating ride, and you'll learn a lot about how to create that perfect diet for you. And it is a $9.97 value. When I launch it, it's going to be launched at this price, but because you're here with me and I want you to have this as a post-retreat gift you can refer back to again and again and continue your learning journey, I'm gifting this to you as my heartfelt offering. So again, you can access this if you register in the next 72 hours. And when you bring a friend to this retreat, you each get an additional $100 off. So in addition to the $200 you'll receive off of the full price of your retreat when you register within the next 72 hours, you're going to get each $100 off when you bring a friend, so that you can really have fun and really have this memory to look back on. So all you need to do now is just put down a $500 deposit at Costa Rica Visionary Retreat.com/registration. So the other URL, just the Costa Rica Visionary CRretreat.com. That is your virtual tour of the retreat. And then when you put the /registration, that is where you can actually register and pay for it with a $500 deposit with your credit card and access yourself to the $200 scholarship as well as the digital Ayurveda Basics course. And if you're going to bring a friend, you'll each get an additional $100 off. And that $100 off, I'm going to be actually gifting you as a refund. The prices of the retreat include the 8 days and 7 nights in the luxury accommodations at Bodhi Tree Yoga Resorts. And yes, this is the actual photo of the retreat. That's the entrance area. Isn't that beautiful? The venue is truly really tastefully done, and it's all the amenities you'd expect from a first-rate spa is there. And you have 3 gourmet organic meals per day. You're going to have daily yoga classes with me, and we're going to have workshops on Ayurveda, as well as the powerful visionary mastermind sessions with me. And that's going to be so life-changing. And as we craft our vision and get more and more clear, there's a lot of processes I want to take you through in this retreat. So, to see the variety of rooms available to book and prices for each, you can go to, again, Costa Rica Visionary Retreat.com /registration. And that's also where you can pick the kind of room you want and then put the $500 deposit for that. And you can change your mind later on, but so you can just choose if you want a double room, if you want a single room, if you want a deluxe room. All the choices will be there, and then simply register with a $500 deposit. And then the next thing I want you to do is to go to this link, bit.ly/CRretreat. And schedule a quick 50-minute call with me, and so that I can make sure this retreat is the right fit for you. Once again, that link is bit.ly/CRretreat. And really, don't worry about what we're going to be talking about in this call. It's not going to be a sales call. I'm not going to try to upsell you anything. It's just simply to find out where you are in your journey and to make sure that you're the right fit and that the retreat is the right fit for you, so that I can serve you well through this retreat. Because I tell you, I really treat this retreat as sacred space. And for all the participants, I want to make sure that everyone there is absolutely the right person to be there. So there's the right chemistry and synergy in the group. And because it is an intimate group, I want to feel that you can be served, fully through this retreat. And if I find after a conversation that, no, this is not quite the right fit for you, then I'll be really happy to refund your $500, and you can keep the Ayurveda course as my heartfelt gift to you, okay? So that conversation is just to make sure, and for me to also know what you are wanting from the retreat, and for us to just get to know each other before the retreat as well. Most likely, if you've been here so far and you said yes, you are the right fit, I just want to have a personal contact with you as well. So just right now, all you need to do is go to Costa Rica Visionary Retreat.com /registration and book your spot with a $500 deposit for the type of room you want. And then go to the bit.ly link /CRretreat to schedule your 50-minute call with me, and we'll be on our way. Being a visionary is all about willing to go on adventures, guided by your wisdom source and inspiration. And this one is going to be an adventure you won't forget. It's going to be so beautiful, it's going to be so heartfelt, and you're going to be so glad you came. It's an inner adventure that takes you to the heart of what you truly want to have in your life. And it's going to serve you in both your personal life as well as your business life. Because as I see it, business these days is a direct extension of your personal evolution. Your business can only grow as much as you personally grow as a human being living on this planet Earth. So in short, it is a vision quest. So come with me on this vision quest for the adventure of your lifetime. Einstein famously said, imagination is more important than knowledge. And it's so true. especially as a visionary. And taking a vacation with a purpose allows you to liberate that childlike imagination, which is so essential to living a visionary life. And my clients tell me all the time that being allowed to dream again, was one of the most powerful experiences they ever had. So, I've always loved traveling, and traveling with a purpose was my thing. And I knew that it was so vital to my growth as a human being, because when I do, I get this 10,000 foot view of my life, and I get this expanded perspective, and so many ahas and insights come. And so it really fuels me. And when I get back, something has shifted, and I'm in the next stage of my journey. And so I created this experience I would love to experience myself, with the right balance, right, of yoga, time in nature, inspiring useful content, free time for personal adventures, and a chance to get to know other amazing people on the journey. And so, for me, vacation is not just about lounging around the poolside all day long, sipping pina coladas, but it's also about being purposeful and having that soulful time, as well as, just that right mix of experiences. So I really crafted this experience for you. And we're going to be doing yoga and meditation every day. We're going to be doing a variety of styles of yoga. We're going to be doing alignment-based yoga to fluid vinyasa, to relaxing restorative yoga. So we're going to experience a gamut of yoga practices. Now, from my 25 years of teaching, I've learned a thing or two about teaching yoga classes, and you can sample my teaching style through the instructional video that I'm about to gift you. But yes, we'll be doing a variety of styles of yoga. That video that I'm giving you is in the vinyasa style, but we'll also be doing alignment-based yoga, because I believe it's really important to visit and refine the basics in order to take your yoga to the next level. And we'll also be doing relaxing, restorative yoga that's not as hardworking, but so important for us to restore and rejuvenate. And yes, we'll be doing some potent meditation and visualization exercises to really get us to the frequency of being magnetic to our dreams. And we'll also be learning how Ayurveda can inform and refine your yoga practice. So you'll be learning so much just from the yoga segment. But we're also going to be learning about Ayurveda, learning about the dietary and lifestyle principles, and discovering a precise method for deciphering your Ayurvedic constitutional type, which is definitely hands-on, and so that you don't have a doubt about which is the best diet, herbs, and lifestyle for you. Last but not least, and this is the piece that pulls the whole retreat together, is the visionary planning. Over the week, we're going to be taking this amazing energy that yoga generates, this inner focus and this uplifting energy of yoga, to fuel your visionary journey and craft your master plan for turning your vision into breathing, living, concrete reality. And this is the piece that I'm so excited about. The promise of the retreat is that you leave with a greater belief in yourself and in your dream, and that you leave in action towards your dream with a solid plan of action to achieve it. That is my plan to you through this retreat. So if you resonate, go to that link right now. There's a button right below that you can click on that will take you right there, and I'll continue talking about the venue, but 72 hours is not much time. So if you're feeling this yes well up inside you, why delay? Join me, and let's make 2017 the most incredible year ever. Now the venue, let me tell you about the venue that we're going to have this. It is so beautiful, you won't want to leave it. Bodhi Tree Yoga Resort is one of the world's top yoga retreat centers. It is tastefully created with this touch of the East, and it's in the middle of the lush jungles, but it has this beautiful saltwater swimming pool. There's a gourmet chef who's going to prepare your meals every day. There is a beautiful spa, and again, this awesome poolside juice bar that's become quite famous in Costa Rica for its amazing creations. as well as its aesthetics. There's eco-friendly lodging. As you can see, these are the actual photos. It really reflects the conscious community of the progressive community here, and it's situated in the lush jungle. You're going to wake up to the howling monkeys and exotic birds all over the place, and it's just 50 minutes from the beautiful beach, and the place literally vibrates yoga. It's run by yogis for yogis, and it has such a high spiritual frequency there. I love to be there, and you'll return, lighter and more agile than when you left home. Now, how many vacations can you say that about, right? You return lighter and more agile and more inspired with your visionary plan for 2017 in your hand. How would you like that? Just a week spent to turn your life around. And not only that, you're going to make some amazing friends. Here's some participants from my last retreat in Riviera Maya, Mexico. There's some people that were not here in this photo, but they are just all committed to their dreams, and they're still in touch. We still go out for dinners and coffees and meet up. So it's the bonds of friendships you forge on this journey are going to be lasting. So if you're ready to re-energize your yoga practice and also to experience a variety of yoga practice guided by Ayurvedic principles, and to learn a whole new wellness modality, Ayurveda, to support you in your wellness this year in creating a balanced life as you move towards your dream, and to create your visionary plan for 2017, this retreat is for you, and I can't wait to have you there. So again, it's a two-step process. All you need to do is go to CostaRicaVisionaryRetreat.com/registration and register with a $500 deposit for the room you want, and then schedule a quick 50-minute call with me at bit.ly/Costa Rica CR Retreat. bit.ly/C, then the word retreat with a capital R. So I want to make this the year where we just up-level our lives and truly make the quantum leap towards our vision, towards our goals. So let's up-level our lives together. It's much more fun when we do it together, and you'll be amazed also how much opens up for you, and I can't wait to have you there. So I hope you enjoy this presentation. Thank you so much for investing your time with me, and I hope I've been able to open that door of possibility for you. I can't wait to have you there and to talk with you on our 50-minute call, and let's make this year the best year yet. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.